BootlegKev.com exclusive.
Power 98.3, where hip hop lives, man. Bootleg Kev in here, and we have got one of the hottest wrestlers in the world right now. This guy is definitely the strongest wrestler and most visually intimidating wrestler I can remember in some time. We got Ryback in the building. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. I'm a big fan of your run recently, man. You of course, were always that dude who was beating the hell out of jobbers for a while.
Yeah, that was my calling for a while.
Yeah, you were just mopping up nobodies in 25 seconds, and then you got thrown into this feud with CM Punk recently, and Hell in a Cell happened. So
yeah, it kind of jumped up quick, and I've handled it well, and it's been an amazing ride so far. But things the last few months have really taken off. I'm very thankful for.
I was going to ask you how. I mean, of course, I know you've been working a long time to get to this point. You were in NXT, and before that, you were wrestling on a developmental contract. Now that you're like a star, now you're a superstar. What's it like to finally, reach something that few people do? It's
an amazing feeling, and it's to work your whole life for something, and to have a lot of people tell you that you're not going to do it, and to know deep down that you're going to do it. You just don't know when, and for it to finally happen, there's no feeling in the world like it. So.
Now, did John Cena? I know he got injured, and did that have something to do with kind of your acceleration into the main card?
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes with the WWE, the best things aren't planned out. And, he went down with an injury, and there was a slot open, and the WWE, they threw me in there. I remember that that Monday Night Raw where CM Punk he was messing up Mankind, and it ended with you waiting, like sitting there, and I was like, oh, they're about to give Ryback that push finally. And I'm ready. I've been ready for a long time, but it's opportunities like this don't come along very often.
Right.
And, like I said, I'm very thankful that it came along when it did. And 3 years ago, had it happened, I may not have been ready, but now I'm mentally and physically ready for this position, and I'm here to be number one.
There it is, man. I noticed recently when you first started, even when you first got into the mix for the WWE Championship against CM Punk.
Yeah.
You didn't really have you were almost like you just had your lines that you would say, and you wouldn't get a lot. Like you wouldn't say much else. You were still kind of like a mystery on the mic.
Yeah.
Recently, I noticed even just a little bit, they've kind of let you open up more as far as your dialogue and stuff. Is that something that you're looking forward to continue to brand more as a character on the mic?
Yeah, definitely. We started at the very ground zero with Ryback, and we're building layers on that, and there's a lot to me. You don't give everybody everything at once,
right?
And my in-ring persona. It speaks for itself.
Of course.
I don't need to say a lot necessarily, but I enjoy speaking. I enjoy doing promos and whatnot, but it just wasn't the right time for it. But as of late, they've let me speak a little bit more, and I look forward to the opportunities, because it's, like I said, nothing gets to me, and I think that's where you connect with the audience.
Indeed. I think so, yeah.
So I think things are only going to get higher for me once I'm allowed to speak more.
I know when I first saw you, I know that this is probably something that you've definitely heard, that there's comparisons to Goldberg.
Yeah, all the time.
Always. I know that there's probably, from what I remember, I saw you at one event, I don't remember which one, but there was some people yelling it in the crowd,
Yeah.
You know what, I was kind of, low-key, I was kind of glad you lost Hell in a Cell, because it kind of pushed that to the side of things.
Yeah.
I think, at first I thought that they were going to try to kind of put you on that same kind of run where you weren't going to lose. What did you think about those comparisons? You guys, of course, are both bald and big and have beards,
And it's big traps, and it's easy to compare. I've said this in a lot of different interviews. Being a fan myself, when I was growing up, and I'd see a guy that reminded me of somebody else that I liked, you kind of instantly don't like him.
Always,
and then it takes time. So I knew that Goldberg had his loyal followers, and I just had to keep going out and doing my thing, because I know I'm a lot different than him.
Yeah.
We have our similarities. But Ryback is a whole completely different entity than Goldberg.
Indeed.
And as you've seen, as time has gone on, those chants have stopped pretty much.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, we'll still get them here and there. But they've never bothered me. It's better for the crowd to be chanting something than nothing at all. Nothing at all. And I got things from the very beginning, so that was good. And now if they ever start the Feed Me More chants, drawing them right out. And recently on live events, people if they try to do it, Ryback chants, drawing them out. So it's awesome. I'm on my way. I just got to keep going one day at a time, and it's going to be good.
But when you do the shell shocked move, man, I remember, I forgot who you were wrestling somebody, a couple jobbers.
Yeah, fine local athletes.
Yeah, some fine local athletes that are trying to definitely get to your position one day. I saw you shell shocked like two people at once.
Yeah.
Man, do you ever like pull a muscle? Sometimes I look at your face when you do it, and I'm like, man, he looks like that one might be a little hard to pull off. Man.
Yeah, no, and in the weights of those guys, it got up. I think the heaviest two that I did were about 440 pounds. It was Primo and Epico.
Yeah,
I think we're like 420, 430, 440, somewhere around along the lines of that. But and I've actually I picked up guys that were like 550 total weight. But it's when you're out there, it's definitely. It's the adrenaline's going. It's not easy, but I remember I was in the back one day and Hunter Triple H, he said to me, he's like, "You think you can pick up two guys for your finish?" And I said, "Sure, why not?
Let's try it."
And sure enough, I was able to, and it was actually the best thing that ever happened. That really helped kind of get people's attention.
It's definitely more. I think that the finishing move is such an important component to any superstar.
Yes, I agree.
And I think yours is like so unique just because of your strength. And not a lot of people can do that move. Who like I always wonder as a fan, those types of moves, like if the finishers, who comes up with those? Is that something that you have input in, or is that something that
I've come up with all this? Pretty much, Triple H has helped me greatly. Michael Hayes, Arn Anderson, William Regal. Those have been kind of like my circle of guys that I keep around me at all times. So, but that move I actually came up with. Brock Lesnar used to kind of do a fisherman suplex.
Okay.
And I kind of got the idea from that march around at the end and then the whole shell shock, battle fatigue.
Yeah, you got some showmanship in there, marching around with them on your back,
So it's because people. That's what people remember, It's not just all about the move. So that's kind of like my last, my victory taunt. So.
Indeed. Now Royal Rumble, man, this is second biggest event of the year, of course, next to
my personal favorite. Actually,
it is mine as well, actually. And it honestly is shaping up to possibly be one of the greatest ever.
Yeah, it's gonna be a unbelievable.
Of course, it's being thrown around at yourself. John Cena are the two names I hear the most. It's probably, everyone's thinking it's going to pull out a Royal Rumble. You haven't been a part of Royal Rumble? Were you a part?
I'm not. This is my first Royal Rumble, actually. Yes. So, John has a few under his belt, as some of the other guys do. But I was built for this sort of thing. And
I think so. I think, of course, I think going into it, if you're a betting man, you got to go Ryback on the Rumble. I think you can outlast it.
I look forward. I think it'd be a pretty cool moment, just eliminating guy after guy, screaming "Feed me more!"
Right.
And just getting rid of the bodies one at a time.
Awesome.
But we also have our Fan Fest on Saturday.
I can't wait. Yeah.
12 noon. Tickets are $10, and everyone can come out.
You're going to be there?
I'm going to be there during the day and at night also. All your favorite WWE superstars, divas, and past legends. Along, we're going to have a tournament also for a spot in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, wow.
So, not that they're not going to win it, but
of course not.
If they'll at least be able to have a chance.
They might get tossed out by you.
Yeah, so that's something that they added, and there'll be food and drinks and everything and entertainment. So
it's going to be good times, man.
Yeah, good time. Bring out the family and,
Hey, with yourself, like I felt like for a while there, the stars in the WWE were not necessarily getting stale, but I felt like there wasn't a lot of new talent that was being pushed. But recently, with like yourself and
Antonio Cesaro,
The Shield,
yeah.
It's been very refreshing. Who is somebody who you're personally a fan of, who you think should get that next push? That's
Wade Barrett is. We go back, to the Nexus and everything. I think he's going to be, a major player for years to come.
I think so too. I'm glad he got the Intercontinental.
Yeah, he's on his way back. He's working his way back up. He was out with an injury for a while, and he's personally one of my favorites. Daniel Bryan, he's already made it. But,
Daniel Bryan's my personal favorite wrestler.
There's not a lot of people that motivate me. Like, he motivates me. That guy works hard. And, I work hard, but he just does different things that I can learn from.
Like, he doesn't eat meat.
Yeah, and actually, it's a funny story. I actually recently had to give up meat myself.
Oh, you did? Ryback doesn't eat meat.
After it's not by choice, it's by my doctor. We filmed a Christmas special thing where they had me scream, "I can't eat enough red meat."
Yeah, of course.
And right after we filmed that, I got my cholesterol levels back from my doctor, and they were sky high. and I was eating meat about 6 to 8 times a day.
Yeah.
Literally, like, since I've been an adult. And my cholesterol's always been high, but now it's out of control. So I was forced to completely cut it out of my diet.
So what do you supplement now?
Turkey, fish, and like, trying to think, it's mostly chicken, turkey, and fish.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's breaking news. Ryback. Yeah. Mr. Feed Me More is not eating red meat anymore.
I've actually leaned up a little bit more since I probably dropped like 5 to 7 pounds from quitting meat.
That's what's
up. So I feel good.
Now, you know what I'm looking forward to if it ever happens in the future? A Big E Langston and Ryback match.
Yeah, no, Big E is one of the strongest guys in the
That's what I'm saying. But you guys, to me, you guys are both like, when you see, I saw Big E Langston, and that's the first thing I thought. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
If he got into it with Ryback, that'd be pretty amazing.
He is a specimen, and he is. I'm a little taller than him, though. I'll get that in there, but he's physically a very imposing figure. Yeah. So that's definitely a matchup in the years to come. That is going to happen.
That's what's up, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming through. I'm a big fan of your character, and I really, hey, good luck on. I hope you win Royal Rumble.
Thank you very much. I look forward to screaming "Feed me more" here in Phoenix.
Feed me more, throwing a bunch of people out the ring, man. It's going down, and Fan Fest is tomorrow, so everyone go check them out. And are you on Twitter?
I am on Twitter at Ryback22.
Now, do you have to tweet in Ryback character?
I don't tweet a lot. I think I have 5 tweets and 2 retweets.
Do they all say "Feed me more"?
They all say "Feed me more." They're very simple and basic, and as time goes on, I'll tweet more. But I'm not huge on it, but I understand it, and it is good for our fans and to be able to have access to you and everything. So
that's what's up, man.
I am on there.
All right, well, hit him on Twitter, and hey, thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Ryback, WWE Royal Rumble Sunday. Be there.